Hello, my name is Johnny. Today we're going to take a look through this 1967 Christmas catalog. Features mainly toys and some other things. Like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, reply, and share. Another awesome collection and pop culture edition looking at old catalogs at Christmas time. Let's take a look here. This one's smaller and to the point. It's not like the huge Sears catalog or anything. This must have been a regional type store called Gamble's, the friendly store. When I was a kid back east, there was a store called Gimbel's, and then that was famous as Macy Tell Gimbel's. But here's a Gamble's. Nice artwork of Santa on there. Nice style. And right from the back, there's Twister, $2.97. Some Disney. And you'll see one of my favorite toys is going to be in here, the Major Matt Mason. It's going to get a page. This is early. You can tell what they're selling here in here because it's got the rocket ship case, which was basically the first year. Let me show the back. So it talks about Michigan there. Talks about Indiana there. Dolls starting in here. You got your Ideal here and your Mattel. What I don't really see in here as you go along is, surprisingly, is Hasbro, because there were no G.I. Joes, and G.I. Joe was going strong here. I thought they would have been here, but there's some other neat stuff. This is a Motorific, and they actually show a couple of items in here that I actually have besides the Matt Mason things. I think I had something like that, a board and so forth, a chalkboard and things. Layaway. I don't think I had the Easy Show, but maybe some kids I know. There's Morocco Mole and Secret Squirrel, Hanna-Barbera characters. And we'll get to the Matt Mason in a second. These, I believe, are Mattel guns, the Western and the military. So that looks like styled, what, like the M16, your choice, $4.97. Things like that on a big, long card box that if you could find old store stock would run around $500 to $800. This one, I'm not sure what brand or what that one is, because I'm not familiar with that look. There's some more stuff. Bonanza, tons of Western, a little ray gun. Here's the overview of the Matt Mason. Here's the rocket ship case. Very flimsy. It was cardboard with vinyl and plastic, but the top and the little pieces on the side were brittle. So that's usually damaged, and those are very damaged. The little blue things supposed to look like a retro rocket. I think I've done a video on that one. Wasn't cheap either. And there's the basic Matt. Comes up with a space sled, so that was a carded set. Mentioning the space crawler. And the space crawler set, I have those. It's basically the same thing, except they put a Matt Mason with it. And here's the space stations right there. See how the crawler can go up here. I have that in my big video for Matt Mason showing one of those on the top there, so they could use it as a winch besides him crawling along in it. There's a space sled. So this must have been the Space Station Crawler Deluxe set, where you get all of those in one. That was a larger box. And then, of course, the space station was sold separately. The crawler was. And then get Matt on the card, extra astronauts. To see they're not mentioning Sergeant Storm yet. This is the very first year for that. It's a nice logo there for Matt Mason. They do have some color pages in here. Too bad this one wasn't color, but it is what it is. More toys here, Tinker Toys. I like in the Christmas story with little Ralphie, I don't know, maybe some little Tinker toys when he, he mentions a lot of great lines in that. And then here's a lot of Mattel's thing makers, all the different varieties and the plastic goop. They had a neat smell to it when you'd use this machine. I had that once in the 90s, the Incredible Edible set. That was kind of cool. I actually found it at a store, a little store that was selling some vintage things, and they had it for a while. It was a Spirograph. I had that as a kid. Some Christmas stuff. There's a blow mold, what you call a blow mold. They're calling it just unbreakable plastic, 43 inches light. The C7 lights there. Wrapping paper. There's Santa having fun. More toys coming up. Pool table, 8-footer. Strombacher set. 35, that was expensive for back then. No kid wasn't gonna get that. Look what you got for 20 bucks, just the basic. And then the kid with his fathers had more money. Have this one. This electric train with lots of houses. Kitty, I think I had that. A lot of kids had that. And then people had that one too, a lot of Fisher Price toys. I actually have this exact one. I don't think I did a video on that particular one, but I've done some videos on my Motorific sets. That one's kind of neat. And that has a lot of this other color because it's the highway set, which is a little bigger instead of the regular gray track. Robot, where they don't have the Lost in Space Rainbow robot in here. Yeah, see, we moved over to color pages. It would have been nice to have the color on the Matt Mason. I started with those, the See and Say. I don't know if I had one of those or not. Operation, never had that. I'm not sure if a kid on the block had it. Tons of people had the Ouija boards. Chinese checkers, always like that. And look at this, it's neat, kind of neat. Showing some of the TV games. There's Hollywood Squares, and that was a cartoon, Laurel and Hardy, but there's Gomer Pyle and Hogan's Heroes. It's $1.53 to get those games. Both of those games are very collectible. If you get them in good shape, very good shape or something, they'd run you about $100. Some reason I got this is a older toy too. I think it's packed away. The Tippet was kind of fun, setting it up. It's Cold Feet. Too bad they don't show a Green Ghost in here. There was always tons of games. Look at that one. I hadn't seen that particular one on the Voodoo Doll game. Of course, your Tonka brand. I think all I got was a dump truck once. I would have really liked that. What is that? The Scraper. All of them are cool. And then you got your Nyland brand. So the bigger toys. This was the year before Hot Wheels, so there's no Hot Wheels in here. There's a kid's bike. It's sort of like the Schwinn crate bikes with the slightly smaller tire than the bigger one in the back, but the other ones were even smaller. So 40 bucks. The other ones were like $60 or more to get the Schwinn. Always wanted a crate bike, never got that. But I did okay. And here's some, everybody had the tray table sets. And where you see like the TV prices, that's the only thing that's cheaper now than then comparatively to the dollar value and people's income. TVs were expensive, and they always only been in recent years where the flat TVs or whatever, and they come down in price where you can get a, like a 40-inch screen. What is that, like $200 or less? I see sometimes for basic TV compared to what you could get way back when. I grew up in a house that had black and white TV. We never got the color. barbecue. You get that then, you'd have to wait in most places to use that till at least springtime probably. Tools. So it's interesting to see the prices here. Oops. I think there's another page before we get to that one. Hard to open. Open. There we go. Lamps had something like that in one of the places in the 70s. There's your chair. Still have something similar to that we got in the late 80s. This kind is old-fashioned looking. That's kind of new. Swivels and rocks. I wonder if that would wear out and break. Here's the TV prices: $400, $600. I mean, that was a ton of money back then. Cars you could get, the basic ones. Some of them, they were like $1,900, a little $2,000. Compared to a car price now and a TV price. These were expensive. Black and whites. Even a basic thing was $179. It was a lot of money. So that was a look through here. With, Matt Mason, it was cool getting to see this in more of a regional ad, see how they did it, and compare prices with other things. Yeah, so like I said, that was the larger set where you get all of that together in $13.88. Until next time, another awesome holidays, classic collection, classic toys, toys of the 1960s videos. Thanks for watching and taking a look through this. Till next time.